Instagram picture from a girl. Oh, you look beautiful. And you'll see her comment back, I miss you. That's not simping. I'm publicly saying I've been there, and I'm getting the public validation in return, right? I don't think there's anything wrong. If you were just some guy waiting at the entrance to a restaurant for any woman to walk past and holding the door open in hope of getting some phone number or something, that really is simping. But no, it's an exchange of value, and being a gentleman is very, very important. There doesn't have to be a winner. When you're going on a date with a woman and you're looking to sleep with her and she's looking to have a good time, you could both go home happy. You really can. You don't have to feel like you defeated her somehow or you tricked her somehow, and she doesn't need to feel like she used you somehow. You can have a wonderful evening. You're nice to her. You open the car doors. You buy her a bouquet of flowers. You have dinner. You make love. She's happy. You're happy. Then you can delete her phone number if you want. But it's important for me to say that. Because I think a lot of guys think that opening doors, buying dinner, grabbing a flower, and I don't grab a lot of flowers, but dinner, sending an Uber, opening doors, being polite, guiding her to the table, opening a chair, doing those type things, doesn't seem to be broken to me. Well, essentially, do you want her to have a good time? Do you want her to like you? I think it's, people assume that top tier guys are rude to women or mean to women because men can't wrap their head around the fact that there are some men out there that have beautiful women that want to have sex with them, right? Men can't work it out in their mind. So they think that men must be doing something mean, tricking them, beating them, getting them addicted to drugs, screaming at them, rude to them. But that's 0% how I am or any top tier guy is or whatever. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with being nice. If you're a fat loser at work and you're buying flowers for all your coworkers and opening doors there, all right, you're simping. Unfair exchange of value. Believe me, I get more value by the end of the night than she gets from me because I get her naked in my bed. I'm perfectly happy to open the door. It's beautiful. I want her to have a good time. I want her to want to come home with me. I think we all agree. I'll open the hell out of some doors for that. No problem. And the big, strong, tough, whoever guy is there, right? Who's a good guy they can be charming. You can smile and you can pick up a tab. I think that some guys, a lot of guys in this space have an unhealthy idea of what simping versus being a gentleman is and the value of taking the masculine role as a gentleman as opposed to looking insecure by not. They see guys like Andrew Tate as bad guys because they have nothing to give a woman but loyalty. So they'll look at guys with multiple women and say, oh, those guys are bad guys. Women like bad guys. And they do. They do like top guys, top tier guys. And top tier guys tend to like having more than one woman. But women don't like rude guys. Okay? I mean, I could probably pull it off if I wanted to. But I wouldn't go on a date and not say much, sit on my phone, be rude, walk in front of her, make her split the check, and expect her to come home and make love at the end of the night. Like that certainly is going to hinder my chances. And that's the whole point of going on a date. So it's just a lack of understanding of what it's like to be a top tier guy. So anytime someone says any stupid comment like that to you, oh, you know, because why you open doors, that's simping, that guy doesn't get laid. You know he doesn't. What's funny to me is I know these things. So if I get a message and someone's like, oh, I thought you knew better. I'm like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. And so to me, I'm like, if I'm going to do this, let me clarify, because I think there's a lot of young guys who haven't really gotten deep into dating. They might go in with all the wrong impressions and blow a girl out immediately when it really wasn't that necessary. So if we're trying to be helpful, if I'm trying to be helpful, it's super important. Another point that I should clear up is sending an Uber, paying for a taxi, paying for dinner. That's just the way that gender roles have been for as long as dating has been around. I mean, when I was young and broke, oh, you pay for the Ubers. Oh, maybe I'll even get someone a flight ticket. And people will say, that's simping. I'm like, well, for the price of the flight ticket, you don't know what I'm getting. But when I was young and broke, there was obviously no gold digging involved. I mean, I didn't have much to my name. But if a girl was coming to see me at night, I paid for a taxi. My last $10. It's $10. I get 8 hours of entertainment. So again, it's a very fair exchange of value. It's no robbery. And I think that if you want to act tough and you want to hold frame and ask a girl to split a bill or make a girl pay for her own Uber and don't even offer, if she does go to bed with you, she's a low quality woman. She's just some dickhead hoe who will do anything for dick. And some guys may get laid that way, but you certainly wouldn't with the quality of women that I hang out with. I would actually even go as far as saying that if you ask a girl to split a bill with you, you're actually giving up ground that you could have taken as masculine frame. You know, where I'm from, and you know, where on the Western side, the Western world, if she offers to split the bill, it means that I see you as a friend. So if a woman ever says, can I pay for half the drinks? That means, Neil, I'm not interested. I only see you as a friend. So you're doing it to yourself. Oh, we're just friends. That's what you're kind of signaling by telling her to split the bill with you, which is stupid. It's very stupid. And let's be honest, not a lot of guys go to the same places that I go to. I mean, what's splitting the bill? $30, $40? And you're seriously going to try to impress me with this bullshit? I mean, just split the bill. I guarantee you didn't do anything with her that night. I know what you didn't split. And if you did, then she probably worth keeping. You probably didn't need to buy her dinner. You probably could have done a McDonald's drive-thru and got your dick sucked in the car, and it would have worked just as well. Could have Netflixed that, homeboy. All right, good. So I think we would all agree that being a gentleman and having the right frame is really important. But I've also am a gentleman when it's time to let a girl go, right? Like out the door. And I think that's super important. And what I like so much about the thought process behind doing that, when I do that, I've seen other guys do it, is that if you do it like a gentleman, you kind of live in her dreams a bit. You're kind of FDBing from a place where she can't even be mad at you. Now all she can do is think about how kind you were to her and the gentleman that you were. There are two different circumstances that I'm really referring to. One, if she stays the night with you and you're letting her go in the morning. And two, if she's not going to have sex with you and you could tell, and she's not going to spend the night with you, and you say, well, let me put you in the Uber, you walk her through the car, open the door, let her go. What people need to understand is 90% of the time, or 99% of the time, women have decided whether they're going to have sex with you before the date, right? They really have. Whether their legs are shaved. So you spoke it to her, she finds you charming, she'll think, you know what, there's a possibility I'm going to fuck this guy tonight. She'll put on her best lingerie. Like I said, shave her legs, get ready. And if she's got ready, you have a very good chance of having sex. But there are some times where you've been talking to a girl for maybe a month, and we have our second date or our first date, and I'm like, you know, this one's in the bag. And it gets to 11 o'clock, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow. I should really get a taxi home. I'm the least pushy man. There's nothing attractive about being pushy, because you don't understand. Maybe she's on her period. She doesn't want to have sex with you. You know, maybe it's vulgar to a lot of people listening, but maybe she's on her period. It's that time of the month. And she thinks, you know, I'd love to fuck O'Neill, but I'm just not going to do it tonight. In his house, I'd be embarrassed. I'd be ashamed. Me being pushy is just going to undo the month of hard work that I've done being charming and being nice and being kind, because I'm not getting laid. So first circumstance, you don't go home with her. Always be a gentleman. Don't worry, let me get you an Uber home. Because why would you burn the hard work that you've done and not bother setting up a second date? But it's not just that. I would just rather be nice. It's so much easier that way, and it's so much more natural that way. And I think if you're pushy and stuff, it doesn't work. So now on top of that, I'm also a gentleman when I break up with a woman, right? Like I said, because how you kind of live in her dreams a little bit. Because if you go out like a gentleman, I'm really big on not showing too much emotion, to be honest. Because I feel like if you do that, sometimes women will look at you in a weaker way sometimes. And so I've broken up with women, like in person, of course. And, speaking of being a gentleman, and while it's important to be a gentleman on the light side of it, and then the dark side of it, when you have to either control your frame, be firm, or just flat out let a girl go. Most of the time, I'm always running multiple women at the same time. I've broken up with main chicks, and they can be messy, complicated situations. But a lot of the times, if you break up with a girl that you've been seeing for a few weeks, a few months, good girls who've been somewhat loyal to me, and they're essentially, for all intents and purposes, are my girlfriend, right? I don't see the reason to burn bridges. one, and two, to create a negative reputation for myself, especially in the city that I live in, too, right? And three, to upset people any more than necessary, because if you call a woman every name you want to call her and spit in her face, she's going to forget about you in a day. And she's going to be like, you know what, all that nice time that I spent with O'Neill, he showed his true colors. That's who he really is. You know, and you're going to make that lasting bad impression. I always like to leave with a lasting good impression. And also, you have to understand is that when you want to be a playboy in a certain city, I live in the Western Hemisphere, whatever, and girls will ask, hey, what's Neil like? He's such a nice guy, had a good time with him. Maybe he wasn't ready for something serious. Bit of a cheater, but he was always wonderful, you know? What they won't say is, he's a psycho, he threw me out of the house, because, you know, there's no advantage to doing that. Like I said, I live in the Western world, and you throw a girl out of your house and you upset her too much, she might just Me Too your ass. So all these tough guys that want to treat women bad, I would advise against it in every single way. And once again, there's not a single, well, okay, there aren't many of my exes that I couldn't get back with if I tried.